Hi Flosstube, good morning, it's Helen D. Today is Tuesday, December 5th. I had to look that up. Thank you for taking some time to visit with me today. Talk all things cross stitch and whatever else we get up to. It's mostly cross stitch. I hope everyone's doing well. It's been a really busy couple of weeks here with Thanksgiving holiday in the US. Getting ready for regular Christmas, it's been stuff. So we had Thanksgiving, which we weren't planning on doing anything. And then we got a last minute invite to some friends. So we ended up going over to friends on Thanksgiving Day. Then my sister came down with her family on Friday. Saturday, we put up the tree. I feel like Sunday we had something else. My husband's birthday was that last weekend, not Thanksgiving weekend, last weekend. And then the Jingle Ball was last weekend. So it's been busy. It's been a lot of stuff. I've only done a little tiny bit of finishing. I'm trying to finish up ornaments. I finished, I think, 2 things I can't show quite yet, but one that I can. I have a couple of whips, although I was fairly monogamous on one piece. A couple of little finishes, all the haul. All the Jingle Ball haul. So that's what we have going today. So we will jump in with my one little tiny finish because I wanted it for the tree when we put up the tree. This one was not a secret stitch. This one is my son's ornament for the year, and it's from, this is the ornament, which I showed you a while ago. It is from, I had to look it up, Cross Stitch Favorites Magazine, Christmas 2021. And you can usually buy issues of that magazine through like Zinio and some of the other online magazine places, or check your library. They might have it on, is it Libby? There's a couple different library magazine apps that you might be able to find it. So this is it. I just grabbed a red and a green. That's what I found for the back. That was the right red and green. So what I did with this one, because I wanted the cording on the edges, I made my front, I made my back. Before I sewed them together, I put the cording in between the layers, and then I sewed around so that my hanger was on there, and then I went through with another piece of cording to go all the way around. And it's held in here with a pin on the bottom. And then I just sewed the ear charm on the back. And I do put nail polish on my charms so they don't tarnish. So that's my son's for this year. I had to pull it off the tree. I did last week, I did put up my Christmas fully finished parade video. So thank you to everyone who watched that. Also, thank you to everyone who commented such sweet things, because I had hit 15,000 subscribers on the last video, and every single person who wrote such a sweet comment, thank you, thank you, thank you. It was fun to read those the last couple weeks when they came in. So I do have my ornament video. I think will probably go up next week. I think. I have to ask a friend about one that she stitched for me. I keep forgetting to send her a note. So hopefully I'll remember after this to send her a note. So that's my one fully finished that I can show. Finishes, I have 3. One of them is a complete surprise to you because I actually had stitched this thinking it would be a secret stitch, and then I changed my mind. Do you guys do that? You think you're going to stitch something for someone, and then you stitch it, and then you change your mind, and you're like, well, I guess that's mine now. So this one is mine now. This is a berry, and it's from Erica Michaels. It's from a chart that was released at the last Jingle Ball that is now just a general release. It's called Christmas Countdown. So it's 25th when the cardinals will kind of touch, once it's in its berry shape. I used the called for, I'm pretty sure, flosses on a 32 count, looks like antique white Lugano. So that one is mine now. Fantastic. I haven't done enough berries this year, so I need to do more next year. Then I finished the stitching for this next one at the Jingle Ball, but I had to beat it. So I had been working on Santa Cruiser from Satsuma Street as a car project the last couple of weeks. And then really, honestly, I put the bulk of this in at the Jingle Ball. So I got him all stitched at the ball, and then last night, I sat down and I did the beading. So I want to talk to you about these a little bit. So I knew with this one, I'm going to make him a little stand-up, and he's going to be adorable. A little car driving stand-up. I posted a picture on Instagram. I'm East Coast Dot Crafter on Instagram last night with all my sequins. And people said, where do you get your sequins? I get my sequins on Amazon. I ordered a great big pack. It was $10 or less, and it had like 24 different colors of sequins. They are 5mm sequins. That's the size that she uses. Hold on just a second. So with the Satsuma ornaments, they come in on her website, on Jody Rice's website. They come as a kit. This is one that I have that hopefully will be next year. This one I did get the kit, although I'm probably going to do it as a stand-up. So the kits come with the chart on this really, really high quality paper. They come with a piece of perforated paper, all of the flosses, all of the beads and sequins that you would need, and even a needle. Great. But I know that some of them I'm not going to do on perforated paper. I have a full set of DMC. I have beads. Now I have sequins. I decided to invest in the sequins so that now I can just get the PDF version that Jody offers. And that way I can stitch it either way I want. If I want it on perforated paper, I have perforated paper, or I could get some, but I don't need the whole kit. So that's why I spent my $10 and I invested in the sequins, and now I have sequins for life. And the beads that she used, which is what I just pulled out, they're in another bag. And she says on here that this is the sizing that she uses. So the sequins are 5mm, and the beads are, they're Mill Hill beads, but they're size 11/0. So they're not the petites, they're not the size 8s, right? There's all kinds of sizes. They are 11/0. So I have a bunch from other projects I pulled together. I'm gonna just keep these with my sequins because these seem to be some common colors that she uses, is clear, black, and red. She also typically uses blue for the eyes, and sometimes with a sequin, but I chose for the eyes on mine to just use crosses. I use black crosses. So this one has sequins in here and a couple up here. And it's nice that I could have done these ornaments in whatever color I wanted with my lifetime supply of 5mm sequins. So to answer some questions, that's where I got them. I just searched 5mm sequins, all the choices. So now I'm set. Because I think there's like 100 of each, if not more. That honestly looks like way more. I don't know. I could cover the house in sequins, which is probably as bad as covering glitter, so I won't be doing that. So the other big piece that I focused on that I got finished is called Snow Days, and I was going to iron it for you, but John's in a meeting, so I couldn't because I wasn't planning ahead of time. This one was in their Christmas box last year, and it has just been released. So you should be able to find this on Autumn Lane's website, which I'll link below. So I used all the called for floss. The only change I made is in here with the ice skaters. There's some backstitch lines, and I was having a really hard time getting them to show. So what I did is I used the Rainbow Gallery Petite Silk Lame in a white, so they have a little shimmer to them and they show up a little better. And then this fabric, which I love, is from Mystic Fabrics, and it's called Enchanted. So it's kind of a blue and some gray. It's gorgeous. This is the fabric that I'm going to use to stitch Cottage Garden Samplings Santa's house in their new series that's coming out next year, I'm gonna do it on this one. Because the white, like when there's a lot of white, it shows, right? That was just backstitch lines. And I think it's gonna work great. So this is Snow Days by Autumn Lane Stitchery. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish it. I was really hoping that Joann's would come out with a snowflake mirror that I could buy, but no, they did not. I have a friend who does some, like she has one of those glow forges or access to a glow forge, so I may have her cut me something. I don't know. I haven't decided. I had a round circle frame that I thought was going to work, but it's way too big. So that's what I've been stitching on. That's mostly what I've been stitching on. I have 2 whips, but they're like within the last couple of days because the bulk of it was those things. So the 2 whips that I have, I'm like, how come I have 3 bags? I have 3 bags because it has snowed. So we had a snow day project. But the 2 whips, I pulled back out one of the Nora Corbett reindeer. This one is Comet. That's the one I'm currently on. I started it in July, but I didn't get very far. So I'm doing them in order. So this is my 5th reindeer. These are still available. They came out in 2008. I know Carla carries them with the bead packs. And the thing about the Mill Hills now, the Noras and the Miras and anything that has a bead pack, just keep in mind that there's a type of bead called a Magnifica bead that Mill Hill makes that is hard to find. They're hard to find a single pack, but if Mill Hill is selling a bead pack for a kit as a full pack, they are in there. So sometimes if you can't find one, just keep in mind that if you don't buy them singly and you just buy the pack, then it will be in there. So all that to show you, not very much. Not very much. Again, I worked on this one night. I'm stitching this on 16 count Haven from Picture This Plus, Haven Ada. I think I filled in a little of this bow and some white, and that was it. The other stuff I already had done. So that is my next reindeer. I don't know how I'm finishing those either. They are currently in a clip hanging up in my closet to keep them. I didn't want to lay them flat because they have so many beads and treasures that I didn't want those beads from underneath like distorting ones above it, so I just hung them up. They're hanging. Then I started at the Jingle Ball. I was in with a table of enablers. I was in a stitching table, and Erin Elizabeth joined our table, which was really cool. She stitched with us like all day. I wasn't there all day. I popped in and I popped out, and other people did the same thing. So it was kind of the same group, but there was different people, but people popped in when they could. It was great. So they decided, while I wasn't there, that they were going to do an Erin Elizabeth stitch along. Yes, please. So I went and bought this chart, which is her winter tier. I've already stitched her nautical tier, and I have autumn and Halloween printed out for hopefully next year, but I didn't feel like stitching autumn or Halloween, so I bought this one. I love the pinks, but I didn't feel like stitching it on a dark fabric because I just didn't. So I pulled out this, which I'm hoping will work. I think the white shows. I'm hoping the white doesn't get mixed in with the dots. This is Snow on Blue, and it's by Fabric Flare. So it's a printed fabric. It's completely white on the back. It's kind of like that, the Petty Point, except because it's printed, like these are, the dots aren't painted on. They're just, there's no ink there. There's no dye. So all of it is very, very soft, right? You know how sometimes on the Petty Point, those are like painted dots and it can be hard to get your needle through. Not an issue. You slide it right through like you normally would. This is a 28 count Lugana. I know that some shops sell Fabric Flare. I know 123 does, and I think Fat Quarter Shop does, but they don't sell all the counts. So I just wanted to let you know that in case you didn't know, you can just order directly from Fabric Flair. They're actually out of Massachusetts. I had no idea. And they sell their fabrics on different counts on their website that you might not be able to find on another. So that is Winter Tier, A Tiny Little Start by Erin Elizabeth, who I will link below. And did I write down the hashtag? No, I didn't write down the hashtag. I'll put that down below too, if you want to join us. Some people are stitching, someone's stitching Valentine's Day. A lot of people, she has a freebie on her Instagram that she put out that some people are stitching. So there's some different ones if you want to join it. And that's all DMC. Then it snowed. It snowed last week, like it spit snow for 10 seconds. And if I hadn't been looking out the window, I never would have known. But I was looking out the window because I was doing the dishes. So then I felt like I needed to pull out my snow start, my snow piece. And then overnight, Sunday into Monday, we got like 1.5 inches. So I pulled it out yesterday. And then it snowed again today. Again, while I was looking out the window. So I'll have to work on it a little more today. So I chose for my snow day piece, the snow block from Hands On Design. And those are the different, I think I mentioned last video, the reason I chose this one is because all 4 sides are very similar. And I thought it would get a little repetitive. So if I'm doing it as a snow day stitch, then I'm not working on it all the time. So maybe it won't feel repetitive. So that's where I'm at. I am using 14 count, Picture This Plus Dwarf, and I am really close to the edge, but I know from finishing these blocks that you can be really close to the edge because this is my edge. I will put a line of backstitch right there, and that's what you use to sew it together. So 1/2 inch is fine for finishing. It's annoying in my Q-snap. I have to pop it out of the Q-snap when I do right here on the edge. But once I get past that edge, I'm fine for the rest until I get to the other edge. How cute is this? This is from Rebel Stitcher. So that is Snow Day, Snow Block. Snow Block, not Snow Day. That's my other one, Too Much Snow. So that will get a little more love today. Probably be tonight. Yesterday, I didn't even stitch until after supper. Yeah, Jingle Ball. Did you guys go to the Jingle Ball? I had the best time. I went last year and it was lots of fun. And then I went this year and it was even more fun. I think more people went this year. I think last year it was new. It was the first time. People didn't really know what it was all about. And then after hearing people talk about it last year, people decided this year for $10, I'm gonna give that a try. So I went, I had the best time. I didn't do any classes. I did, they had entertainment in the ballroom that the designers had recorded. They had meet and greets that we were able to watch. The meet and greets were when the designers would talk and then they would answer like questions you typed in, but they couldn't see everyone because everyone would be like, you know, minuscule. But then sometimes the designers went to a stitching table, which was kind of a Zoom room for lack of better. So I went to a couple of those. They had whip speed dating, which was where they would match you up. You'd say, yes, I want to take part. And then the computer would just match you up with someone and they'd pop up and you'd have 5 minutes to talk to them. That was fun. I did that a couple times. And like I said, Sunday, we just plopped in a room. We were in the ugly sweater room. We were in there all day. And it was fun. It was a lot of my local friends. My friend Cheryl messaged me and she said, hey, what are you doing? We're in here. And I said, well, I haven't showered, but I'll come have breakfast with you. So I logged in just without the camera and chatted with them. Then I went and took a shower and then I rejoined and chatted with them. Like I said, I came back and forth all day. You know, it was my local girls. We saw Friday night it must have been, I was in the Northeast room. I saw Lynette and Amy. I saw Tracy over the weekend. I caught up with Stitching with Sandy. Misty Purcell popped in for a bit. Handmade by Sarah W. She was one of my speed dates. Like, too many to name. Emily Cole, all these, it was so cool. So you never knew who you were gonna find. So, highly recommend checking out Jingle Ball next year, because I'm sure they'll do it again, if you didn't get a chance to go this year. So, purchases. The great thing about Jingle Ball to me is that there's 12 designers. They all have an exclusive chart for the ball, but that exclusive chart normally will come out in a year. So if you didn't go to the ball and you're patient, you can pick it up then. Even the class pieces. Kathy, Hands On Design, has a great new block that I really, really want, but I didn't want to take the class because I know how to make the blocks. So I'm like, I'll just be patient and buy it when it comes out next year. But all of their kind of exclusive charts are offered as PDF in addition to printed, so that if you're out of the country, you have easy access to them without shipping. And that also means they're not going to run out, right? You don't have to worry about, I gotta get in there, it's gonna run out. The only thing that I was like that for, Teresa Corbett, and it's not here because it hasn't even shipped. Teresa Corbett has a new chart. It's not an exclusive chart, it will be out. It's called I don't know, but hold on, I have a picture. You've probably seen it. It is these really cute Santas that you stitch and then finish on perforated paper on these cool stands that Chantel made. Santa's Delivery. So you stitch them up, and then they've got these stands, and they go on the stands. Like I said, the chart is not exclusive. It's just a new release. She was selling a kit that was exclusive and limited. You know, she had so many. So the kit will have the stands, the chart, the floss. She was hoping it would have the perforated paper, but it didn't come in time. And as any of you who were with me for the Freaky Fair Isle Bat stitch along on the black perforated paper, you know getting that perforated paper can be a challenge. So we have to source our own paper. I still have a sheet left, so I can at least get started. I went directly there. The shopping hall opened, and I was like, move aside, I gotta get in there. So it was like what I imagine shopping for Cabbage Patch Dolls was like in 1984. I'd have to ask my mom. She was successful, by the way. She teases us too because Donna wanted a girl Cabbage Patch with red hair. And I just wanted a Cabbage Patch. So she had to find that certain one, but she did. So I got my kit and it's on its way. So when that comes in, I'll show you. The other charts I got were all PDF. So I picked up Holiday Glow. This is from Satsuma Street. Christmas Terrarium from Tiny Modernist. And this one I think is already out. This wasn't an exclusive. This was just a new winter release. This one's already out. This is Cardinal Wreath. Some of the designers had things on sale, so I picked them up while I was there. That's what this one was. And this one too, I think, was just kind of a Christmas release. It was on sale. Mini Holiday Stockings. That's also from Tiny Modernist. And she offers PDFs on her website. If, like I said, if you're out of the country and you don't want to pay shipping, she does have PDFs. And then I got two from Hands On Design. These are exclusives, but they should come out next year. So one of them is called Whole Lot of Joy. And it's like this kind of half ornament that then you could finish as a circle with fabric or something on the bottom. She was also selling some kits, but I didn't need the kit. And then this one is called A Little Bit of Joy. And it's really cute. I don't know if I'll stitch them on red. I'm not a big red fan. But they look great on a turquoise blue or something too. So that was, the only other thing I got, which was PDF, but I didn't print out the whole thing. Each of the designers does an ornament, and they do an exclusive ornament book. And I got that, but I decided to get PDF this year. So I'll just print them out as I do them. That is the one thing last year I was looking through and I'm like, how many of the charts that I bought last year did I stitch? I stitched everything I bought except I haven't stitched anything out of the ornament book yet. So I probably should get on that. So I felt pretty good about that. I'm like, I know I bought a lot, but I stitched it all. So yay me. And then the other thing I wanted to show for purchases, I didn't debag, hold on. Last video I told you I got some fabric from Mystic Fabrics, but I forgot to bring it down. So I remembered to bring it down. So she was having kind of a clean out the cupboards for the end of the year. Here's some extra stuff I have sale. And I picked up this piece, which was a fabric of the month that I kind of think she put out a question of what fabric should I add to my regular line. And I think this was a winner. I hope so, it's gorgeous. It's called Cobblestone. Mine is a 28 count Lugana. So it's kind of, depending on what light you look at it in, it's gray, it's purple, it's tan, like, it's really pretty. And then I had told you that I reached out to her to ask if she had a green that she thought would work well for Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery, which I should have found my picture to show you. Because there's a big swath of the fabric that shows on the bottom and it's like the grass. And she sent me a piece of lemongrass in 28 count Lugana, and I need to do a floss toss. And I think it's gonna work. It's a little, here we go. I may order another piece in Ada because that's a big old full coverage piece. And I may want it in an Ada just for ease of stitching. So that is purchases, and then I had just a couple little gifts that came in. Oh, they're on top. Then there's a couple more purchases. I said all the haul, right? All the haul. Kathy had reached out a couple videos ago and said she had some charts she wanted to send my way for giveaways or for me to just use, so she did. And one of them is this one, American Welcome. It's by Plum Street. This was an exclusive at a class last year, and I fully expect it to be released this coming year. I love it. It's kind of a companion to Live on Little. I shouldn't love it. Seems Live on Little is like, when have you seen me stitch on that? You haven't, but maybe this will prompt me to get going on that. And then another Kathy who won a giveaway sent me a thank you card that she just came yesterday. Look at this card she made. How cool is this? I just thought that was the coolest thing. Like, so much work went into this that I want to share it. I thought it was really cool. All right, then the other purchases I had a gift card still. I had some money on a gift card from Acorns and Threads, and I picked up 4 charts that came in. Sampler House 4. A Thanksgiving-ish. This is from Plum Street. This is a new Brenda Gervais with a needle. It's peppermint and pine. A lot of people have picked this one up and already started it, and I love all of those. Reindeer Games, which is another Brenda Gervais. Now, this one I thought was a little pricey, but I had no idea because I didn't pay attention. It comes with the boards to finish it on. Well, that explains why it's a little more. So it's all 3 of those. She stitched them on a 40 count in order to get them to fit on these, but I could stitch them on a 20 count. Or honestly, a hand-dyed 18 might be small enough. And then the other one I picked up, which I don't know, I had to have it for the collection. Who knows if I'll ever get to it, is Forest Home from the Blue Flower. No one does animals like Janine McGowan, I swear. Like, they're so good. They're so good. Look at this little beaver, little mushrooms. There's a chipmunk up in here. Like, so good. So that's all the purchases. Slide my folder over. I was 2 sheets today. 2 sheets. So giveaways, hold on. Let me get situated. Hold on. Oh, that's why. Ooh, that's why. I had extra things. All right. I'm like, what does come from? So, 2 last calls. I didn't hear from either winner from the last video. So, Debbie Martin has won Turkey Day, and Susan Ashcraft won Shine On Harvest Moon. So, my email is listed down below. Send me an email. If you don't hear back from me in a couple of days, reach out again because there's a chance it went to my spam. That has happened a couple times. So last video, we had a bunch of giveaways. We have 2 from Carla. We had some extra like sets that people had sent in. And then I was drawing to do 2 finishes, kind of a 15,000 subscriber thank you giveaway. So number 1, Let Us Adore Him from Sweet Wing Studio. That's the chart. And that's kind of... This goes to Pamela Zimmerman. Number 2, Christmas Cake from Barbara Anna. This one is Mel of Hope Stitches. Number 3, the Square Dance set from Heart and Hand. Birdie and Poppet. You sound like I'm sending this to England. I may be wrong, but that's my guess. The Jingles set from Lizzie Kate, the whole set, is Michelle Ellie, E-L-L-I-E. The Tingles set, also from Lizzie Kate, AJ Payne 75. And then the 2 finishes, I will get in touch with you. We'll talk about what you're looking for. I will finish a small, is Robin Selby and Maureen Lopez. And those are names that I have seen commenting for years. So congratulations. Reach out to me by the email. Probably this video, if I hear from people quick, I should be able to get them right out. If we get closer to the holidays, it may have to wait until after the holidays because as I said last time, I don't like crowds. That includes the post office at Christmas time. So this video, we have 2 giveaways that were both donated by Carla at Cobweb Corner. I always list her channel below. Carla's in the Galapagos Islands. They're on like the trip of a lifetime. Her husband retired and he really wanted to do some traveling. So they're doing some traveling and they got in on this cruise and she's like, I don't even want to get excited about it yet in case something happens, but they're there. So I'm hoping that she will be able to post some shorts or some pictures or some little clips on her channel. She has already posted a couple things on her Instagram. Just because it's so different than what we're used to. So I'll link all Carla's stuff below, but her shop is currently closed because she can't ship from the Galapagos Islands. So for the giveaways, you need to be over 18 so you can give me your address. Please don't say win or giveaway. I'd appreciate it if you're a subscriber, as would Carla. So for number 1, Peaceful Christmas Smalls. This is by Jan Hicks. How pretty is that? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors of floss. 2 weeks and 3 classic colorworks, though she does have a DMC. I just think those are so, especially this one with the bird. So pretty. That's number 1. And number 2 is Winter Littles by Waxing Moon. And those are all small. Let's see. 46 by 46. They call for weeks, but there's a DMC conversion. Oops, just realized I was holding it a little too high for you. So that is the end of my double page list. Ornament video should be up next week. We had some damage, by the way. Some damage. Were they in the last? They must have been in the last video. I had the Secret Santa charts that I showed from Hands On Design, and I have this like window pane thing, and I hung 4 of them in it, and then I had 2 left. I'm like, I'm just gonna hang them on the doorknobs to the laundry. What could go wrong? Pepper, who never bothers anything, it's always Emmy. If something happened, it's always Emmy. She reached up, snagged some threads, so I've got some repair to do. They're no longer on the doors by the laundry. I learned my lesson. So everything's out. I had a couple people ask if I could kind of show the displays. That's really hard to do because everything in my house is very dark, so they're not well lit. That's kind of why I started doing the unboxing videos, because then I could show things on a tripod, well lit, talk about them. But I can try to take some pictures to put in that community tab. And that would be a way to kind of see. I ended up putting my trees on cake stands with like a little small in front of them. I think it came out really cute. So I'll try and do that on that community tab, which you may need. I don't know if that shows up on a phone or if you'd need like a regular computer. I don't use it that often, so I don't really know. But I am allowed to post just pictures there, so. All right, I'll stop yapping. See you guys in a couple weeks.